Okay, yes, that is much better. Much, much, much better. All right. Trending overnight across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Quite a number of things, all right? First things first. First things first. Sir James Mitchell remains in the ICU. Two of his daughters that live in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are with him constantly. And his other children are actually coming in from overseas. Well, going to Barbados from overseas to be with him. According to what I read, he prays daily and makes sure that his favorite song, Don't Cry For Me Argentina, is played on a day-to-day basis. We wish him all the very best. All right? So James, you are in our prayers right now. And yeah. From what I read, the prayer, all right. Sometimes we like to avoid reality because reality is either bittersweet or it is just bitter. All right? So once you are in ICU, you understand that you are in a very fragile state, right? It means that you are not very stable and you have to be taken care of even more closely than other folks who are not in ICU. All right? Now, there is a prayer that he says on a day-to-day basis, and I think that, let me just get it for you. I wasn't gonna read it, but I changed my mind. Mid talking, I changed my mind. All right? Now let me get the prayer for you. Let me get it for you. Coming from IWN, the story goes, he continues to enjoy having his favorite song, Don't Cry For Me Argentina, played for him daily, as well as having hymns and other favorite songs sung to him and prayers read, as well as poems including a new favorite, Chant for the Beckway Easter Regatta by Richard Day. The statement from his family continued. He has been reciting with his daughters the following evening prayer. All right? O Lord, support us all the day long, until the shadows lengthen and the evening comes, and the busy world is hushed, and the fever of life is over, and our work is done. Then in thy mercy grant us a safe lodging, and a holy rest, and peace at last. After each reading, he says, Amen. The family also says there has been an overwhelming outpouring of love and support from our people at home and all over the world, and for this, the family is very grateful and humbled. We ask that you continue to lift him up in your thoughts and prayers. That prayer there, I don't know if I'm overthinking it at this time, but it just sounds like somebody who is becoming comfortable with the thought that today might be your last. Maybe I'm reading too much or thinking too much into it. But we wish him all the best as the incredible doctors in Barbados take care of him. Yes, we have incredible doctors in St. Vincent and the Grenadines too. But because of the state that he is in, he needed to get additional care, advanced care overseas. And that's what we're told, all right? In other trending news, Mr. MYRON Samuel is out of prison. Well, would you look at that? All right. Now, he only served 3 months of his 18-month jail sentence. Do you remember that story? Do you remember that saga with the missing guns and ammunition from Georgetown? And they picked up a couple gentlemen. Some of them pleaded guilty. Some pleaded not guilty. They were charged for quite a number of things. Real plenty things. But that was a kind of a story. That was a kind of a story. And wait a minute. Up to now, we didn't really understand what happened. I am pretty sure that the chain of thought that we had at the time that news broke was that more people was supposed to be punished or implicated because of this. Because, anyways, let's not go back. Let us not go back. We're moving forward, all right? And Mr. MYRON Samuel, he is moving forward. Former national footballer MYRON Samuel, yesterday released from prison after serving just under 3 months of his 18-month sentence for possession of an unlicensed firearm. Now, he is 28 years old. And if you remember, he actually is not well physically. And his lawyer made an appeal to the Committee of Mercy, and they were merciful. So he's out of prison. All right? I know he had a couple issues concerning his health. He's not in a position to play football anymore until he gets a particular surgery done to rectify the problems. I wish him all the best. Prison is not a nice place at all. It's not a pretty place. It's not a bed of roses. It's not even a bed of roses and thorns. It's just, ugh. To hear these stories coming out from those prisoners there, which makes me wonder, right? Why some people want to put themselves in a position to go there over and over and over. I know the meals are free, the water is free, you don't have to worry about high price in electricity and whatever as your water pipe busts outside. You don't have to worry about maintaining your home. You don't have to worry about all of them things because food is served to you. But geez, you and a bag of man in all the space on an uncomfortable bed. You don't have a choice with what you want to eat, and you just in and out like it's a hotel. I could never understand that. Could never understand it. But to each his own. Maybe one of these days we'll have another conversation with a prisoner or former prisoner or no longer prisoner. Maybe one of these days, and we try to understand, like a repeat offender. Like why do you steal? Then go to prison, come out, steal again, go to prison again, come out, steal again, and then why? Why do you do that? Your klepto is something going on with the brain that just draws you. Like I remember a couple of times reading stories about prisoners saying, "Oh, the devil made me do this." Generators disappeared. So people probably were working at Uber. Cannot understand it. But Mr. MYRON Samuel has been granted mercy because he has, he is said to have cited to the Committee of Mercy the ongoing health challenges that his lawyer Grant Connell had raised in mitigation before senior magistrate Ricky Burnett when he was sentenced earlier this year. All right. In other trending news, the Minister of Tourism is in Scotland. And today he will address the world leaders. And I don't know how much more talking we could do to these bigger countries concerning climate change. Like they know. They're not stupid. They know what is going on. They know what they're doing. They know how much money they're making. They know how much they don't care. But you waste time and sit down and try to lobby and try to come up with one common solution. There will never be one common solution that all the world leaders will agree on. No. The top 20 contributors to greenhouse gas emissions, they will never agree to one thing. Never. It's just not going to happen. Even if they agree in writing, even if they agree in word, in reality, they are not going to do that. It's not going to happen. And I just feel like it's a waste of time going and talking and saying, oh, we're very vulnerable down here. We could disappear, or coral reefs could disappear. We could be fighting food and all these things when they know. I feel that the top 20 countries that are contributing to us becoming extinct down here in the Caribbean and other vulnerable places across the world, they are fully responsible We only contribute 0.2% of the global gas emissions when they, top 20, contribute in excess of 80%. They should be made to pay for everything that we have to do to protect our coastal areas, to protect our coast. All right, to fix our environment, they should have to pay every cent without us having to pay back for anything. They should have to pay. All right. Other trending news. Minister of Agriculture says that there is an increased demand for locally produced food from local hoteliers. Now, according to the minister, right, a hotel is on stream to open very soon. He did not mention the name of the hotel. I'm not absolutely certain why, but I mean, he could have just mentioned it. If it's about to open, we're going to know anyway. And I feel like I want to play what he said, right, so that you can understand it a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to play it right now for you. All right, here it goes.
With a
sorry, let me start it over.
Today I had a discussion.
Well, that was last week, all right?
Hotelier, and they're about to open their doors, and they want 100% of their food to come from local producers. I also got the information through the Minister of Finance about the request from Sandals, and they also want locally produced food. The work that is going on in the Grenadines, they are also requesting that, and there is a growing demand. When you have Virgin coming to St. Vincent and Grenadines, and you have an increase in room occupancy, there would also be a greater demand for food. And we have to be very strategic about what we do. And this first year has been a challenging one, but we're coming out of it very strong.
Y'all heard it, right? Y'all heard it. Minister of Agriculture. An increased demand for locally produced food. Good. Excellent. But it says 100% the food. 100% of the food from local producers. Which means that hotel is only going to serve ground provision and vegetables. They ain't going to serve rice. You know, rice imported. Well, pasta's made here. Let's take a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Crystal. Because this time set back, I could call him for the first segment before going to cover my work.
Okay.
Can I just two things real quick?
Mm-hmm.
On the issue of climate change, I agree with you 100%. The bigger countries don't care about the small fish, and they should pay. They should cover the cost because they could afford it.
Mm-hmm.
But what the discussion I would love to hear from the Minister of Tourism, instead of going out there and talking to people who don't care, why don't we have a discussion in St. Vincent as what we could do locally to prevent our direct impact that we have on ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have laws that if we have repeat offenders putting trash on the ground, we could charge them a ticket, like a rough charge van man ticket?
Mm-hmm.
Who violate traffic laws, you should charge citizens tickets for violating environmental laws. Implement the grey water system that's on the books, that when you run off won't go directly to the rivers, which will go directly to the oceans, which will in turn destroy the coral reefs. And also the thing with the local food that the Minister of Agriculture talking about. I mentioned it years ago that we should force these hotels to first seek the option of local food first. And if the local food is not available, then they could go ahead and buy it imported. And we should put an extra VAT on top imported food and put zero VAT on local food. If you go in a supermarket and local food and imported food, I same VAT, and I mean, it's a change, but I experienced that for myself on Crane Grove. And we're supposed to push that, because people come into St. Vincent not just for the beauty, we come in St. Vincent for the organic food, and I say we need to exploit that word organic years ago. It's only now they say increase blending, but nobody now really pay attention to that. You could put a value on our things. You know what I'm saying? I posted a video on my Facebook yesterday. I went to the mall and a guy had roast corn in the mall in a little kiosk, and the presentation was really nice, and I posted on my Facebook to inspire a future roast corn entrepreneur. What the man do? The man roast the corn and sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on it. Let me tell you something, that them wicked.
Really?
So whoever listens to me, try sprinkle some
Roast
Parmesan
corn and
cheese
Parmesan
on your
cheese?
Girl, I didn't think the taste good. The man have obial kind of thing. Me say me just want Parmesan cheese. Everything they look too overwhelming for me. The man roast the corn and chop, sprinkle some Parmesan cheese and then let the cheese melt a little bit. Not too much, just a little drizzle.
Okay.
Try it and tell me how it feels. How it is. But anyway, big up yourself. I'm glad we're talking about certain things, but we need to bring these conversations back home to Sindington. The climate change thing, and then on to carry come on a whole. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things we could do locally to protect our little cocoon, which is the Caribbean, from these outside energies for the most part. So
Yes.
big up yourself, and I will continue to listen until I could go inside in the next couple of minutes.
All right,
Big up
lovely.
yourself.
Thank you so much, Max. Thank you so much. All right. Now, concerning that, right? Concerning the increased demand for locally produced food, we have to. Could it happen the same time? Could we be encouraging people, local hoteliers, to purchase food from local producers and encourage local producers to produce more? Which one should it be that we encourage people to produce more first? I guess they could work hand in hand. They can happen the same time. All right. In addition to that, we also have to look at standards, right? Sometimes people go outside because they are not impressed with standards. And across the board, our farmers have to look at themselves, look at their business. It is not a hobby. Some people think it's a hobby. Some people trying to make money. Some people look at it as a business. Some people just love to farm and they produce. But it has to be looked at as a serious business. Look at the way you are packaging your products, right? I actually had a brief discussion with a farmer, and she highlighted quite a number of things that can be improved in the industry of agriculture. All right? Presentation, marketing, all of these things that are involved in running a business. We have to look into standards and implementing these standards across the board. Mention was made of, in this day and age, we are still looking at putting produce in those flour sacks, as opposed to other countries. And when we're shipping out, certain countries do not accept putting produce in those flour sacks because it could actually contribute to the produce spoiling faster than it would under other conditions. Countries like Barbados do not accept certain standards or certain quality, certain packaging, as opposed to other countries, for example, Trinidad, that will accept certain things, right? So we have to look into all of that. Produce more and look into all of that, all of those things. Everything has to work it hand in hand, all right? Good. There are some other trending stories that have been making the rounds, right? That I was not able to touch on yesterday. But it is 3 minutes on to 7. And we still have to say good morning to the folks who are on the inside, all right? When we come back in the 7 o'clock hour, because we had to get the news. Boys, real plenty things. Good morning to Highly Favor. All right, good morning to you and welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, Ivana. Good morning to DJ Kabuli. Good morning, Ezekiel. Latoya, good morning. Somebody says, if they don't like prison, why most foolish people love to be there? Beats me, I don't know. Morning, Latoya. Wait, I don't see Latoya already. Morning, Roseanne. Morning, Gail. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Takia. Miss Kitty, good morning to you. Wishing you guys a blessed one today. Good morning, Marlon. Rose from Clear Valley is also on the inside. Good morning to you, man, wherever you are across the length and breadth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. We've got your X-News coming up in just a minute. Let us take in one here. We're going to take in this one here. Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man.